Okay, y'all, it's the evening before Thanksgiving, and I'm going to show you how to make some Southern cornbread, probably the best Southern cornbread you ever had. So we're going to start with, we're going to need flour. We're going to start with a cup of flour, and this is hard to do with one hand. It's about 3/4 cup. Reach in there and get a little bit more. Okay, then we're going to go with, that's a cup of flour, we're going to go with 2 cups yellow cornmeal. You see that's not quite, but that's okay. I'll come back, make up for it. And these, so there you go. And then we're going to go with, see that, 2 teaspoons baking powder. And we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and yes, it is important. You do need it. And I'm making a mess with only one hand, but hey, you get the okay. I'm gonna throw a little salt in there, but about a teaspoon or so. Gotta have a little salt. And I like to add a tablespoon of sugar. And don't start on the, oh well, real cornbread doesn't have sugar. Hold on while I find an egg. I do, some people put more than 1 egg in there. I just put an egg. And this cornbread I'm making now is for dressing tomorrow. But anyway, 1 egg. And anyway, back to sugar. I've had people tell me, oh, you know, real cornbread don't have sugar. If I want a cake, I'll make a cake. And you know, talked to a lot of old timers, and because you know, it's one's back in the Depression stuff, and they said, hell, if we could have afforded sugar back then, we would have put it in there. We couldn't afford it. It's a luxury. Anyway, here's about a half a stick of butter, and that's already set up on me, but it's going. I melted it beforehand. That's good enough. And then buttermilk. The type of buttermilk you use will determine how good your oh, hold on. Turn the fire out from under there. Type of buttermilk you use will determine how good this turns out. You use cheap, crappy buttermilk, you'll get cheap, crappy cornbread. I don't know why. Maybe it's the fat content in the yes, and I know my lighting in here sucks, but it is at 8 o'clock at night. But yeah, the buttermilk does have a different, I've used all kinds. This is from a little I guess regional dairy, Highland, and I don't drink buttermilk, but those people I know who do always complimenting Highland buttermilk being rich. And so I'm gonna stir this up. Anyway, back to sugar. So basically, from what I've been told by old timers, if they could have afforded to put sugar in back in the Depression, they would have. And of course, you know, some people, that's the way they brought up, so that has to be gospel. And I'm always laugh at people say that's not Southern cooking, or this is not Southern. Like they know everybody in the South, and like they are the authority on Southern cooking. They know everything, and so that's how you can tell blowhard know-it-alls when they say this or that and so. Now, I got my pan over here, black iron. This is the first batch I took out. Like I said, I'll make about 3 of these loaves. You can tell this one is just brown on the top. That's how you can tell it's done. But I like my grease very hot. If you want to know how to tell when your grease is hot, put a little sugar. See how that? I mean, not sugar, flour. See how that's bubbling up? That's hot. That's hot enough. And my stove's not wanting to light. It's a rental house, so it does have its problems, and this stove is one of them. But anyway, This is why I like my batter, just a little thick. And we're gonna, there again, I'm working with one hand. Set my oven to 420. You're gonna put it in there for about 20 minutes. And see it sizzling? I like to do, I'll spread it out. And I want to get a good crust on this. So I'll have it spread out. And you do not know how awkward this is to do it with one hand. I gotta get me a helper or something, I guess, one of these days. Keep saying that. Okay, that's gonna be most. I'm gonna get a spoon here in a minute, but I would go ahead and spread this out. Like I said, 400, 420 for 20 minutes until we get this type of here. So, another thing, this handle's hot. You take it out of 400 degree oven, it's 400 degrees. It's going to be hot and it's going to burn you. I do it every year. So anyway, you see my cornbread cooking. I want to let it sit there and cook for just a little bit before I put it, maybe 30 seconds to a minute before I put it in the oven. So anyway, that's my recipe for great Southern style cornbread, and maybe tomorrow I'll make the video on how to make the dressing that is killer. So anyway, download for Blue Collar DIY. Don't forget to like and subscribe right in there someplace. And happy Thanksgiving, y'all.